What do they say about trying to catch a falling knife? I think this might be a falling knife. Do we want to catch it? I think there's a lot to look at in today's Cherry Bomb for May 13th, 2021. We are looking at Intel, and it has a liquidity rank of 4 out of 4, a moderately strong positive correlation to the SPYs, and an IV rank of 49. It's very similar to yesterday's trade, but you can see when we take a look at this trade, the difference in the premiums that you collect based on the IV rank. So I hope you'll join us past this trade overview and hop on in with me. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Neil. This is Option Theory. And on screen here, you can see we've got the chart pulled up for Intel Corporation. I do have it's a little slightly messed up there. But here's the knife I'm talking about. I don't know if you can kind of see there how it's been falling down. And yeah, I want to point that out. There's the knife. We have a big gap, and it continued to, instead of filling the gap back up, it's continued its downward spiral. Now, I feel like I should have a disclaimer on this one. Get that word right. This show is sponsored by? Not really. It's not sponsored by anyone. But what I mean is I'm using a computer right now that has an Intel processor in it. Now, personal thoughts on this one. Intel's facing a lot of competition right now. You know, most Apple computers have ditched the Intel processor as Intel is making their own, chips now, their M1s, etc. We've got in AMD giving it a run for its money with the desktop processors and whatnot there, their Ryzen series. So I'm not 100% bullish on Intel right now, although this position that we would be looking at would be a bullish position. However, I do want to point this out. Let's look at the trends as far as what do we see here. After a good amount of down movement, we usually see quite a good amount of recovery. Down movement, recovery, down movement, recovery, down movement, recovery. So, here's an area where we're seeing quite a bit of down movement. Are we ready to recover? However, it is the falling knife. So, just like yesterday, we're looking at risking about $5,000. Do we want to do that to take our maximum possible profit? Do we want to define our risk? Do we want to improve our probabilities beyond the cherry bomb that we were given? And I keep mentioning this cherry bomb, by the way. Stay to the end, and I'll tell you how to get these cherry bomb emails that come from Tasty Trade, not from me. But let's get going and build this trade, right? Let's head over to the Analyze tab, go to Add Simulated Trade. We're going to be in the June monthlies, which definitely helps for liquidity, although Intel is already highly liquid. You'll notice plenty of open interest. You have to love that. Pretty tight bid-ask spreads. So what we're looking at here is the 50 put. Now, yesterday we were looking at getting paid in the 50 cents range for that same strike. Here we're looking at collecting 40 cents more. That's like twice the price. Yay, right? So if I go ahead and I click on the 50 bid, right, we're looking at selling the 50 put for 86 cents. You could, set that for what? If you wanted to, 88 cents, 87 cents, and probably still get filled. But now that we've got this, boy, that was really hard to build that trade, right? Let's go ahead and look at the risk profile. Let's check out our probabilities. First thing I'm going to do is set the date in the top right corner to match the date that we see in the bottom left corner in turquoise, which is June 19th. Now, my expected move is seen here in this lighter gray area. That's where the market thinks Intel will end up somewhere in this lighter gray area. And I want to see what is the probability of the price of Intel at expiration ending up on or to the right of this red line here. So I'm going to move that price slice. Rather than manually, though, I'm going to go over here and hit set slices to break even at expiration. We're looking at what Thinkorswim says is a 70% probability of profit here. And in Tastyworks, which I have open up on a monitor over here to my left, I've got a 75% probability of profit for this same position. Not sure why there's that big of a difference, but there it is. And so, of course, we are looking at, what is this, 80, let's call it 80 cents, right? Or Or we could call it 90. That's fine. If we take $90 away from 5,000, we're looking at $4,910, right? Or 14 really of risk. So that's our max risk on this one. Of course, we don't ever go into trades without knowing that. Let's go to here and hit confirm and send. $4,914 of maximum loss. That's the buying power required if you're in an IRA account and you're doing this trade, right? Your cash secured. If you're in a margin account, it would use significantly less buying power. But that is the actual cherry bomb as we received it. And so rather than just do the cherry bombs, I always like to give, well, not always, I often like to give alternatives, right? Provide some additional reason to watch my videos. So thanks for watching it, by the way. Let's go ahead and change this. And I'm going to actually delete this trade. Come on back here and go, instead of looking at the 25 delta, let's look at the 14 delta, which is closer to the the delta that we would normally see Tasty Trade users go for in a naked trade like this. And what do you know, that puts us near that same premium that we were yesterday. But here we are, and instead of it being a 70% probability, let's take a look at what we got here on this one. Now we're looking at an 80% probability of profit on this one. So a significant jump in probability. And let's see here, we went from 75 on Tastyworks to 85%. So it's still a 5% difference. I'm not sure why that is. But here they're saying it's an 85% probability of profit with a 93% P50. And that, in case you're not sure what that is the probability of making half of your maximum profit in the remaining time till expiration, which is 36 days as of today. The previous trade had a P50 of 86%. So the original cherry bomb has an 86% probability of you being able to walk away with $43 somewhere in the next 36 days. All right. So now that's one alternative. Let's take a look at a final alternative for this one. And we'll go ahead and delete that trade, go back here and choose the 50 delta, the 50 strike put to buy, sell, and then to buy the 45 to make it a short put vertical. And here we would be collecting, of course, less than just selling the 50, right? But we would be collecting more than just selling the 47.50. So here we could collect nearly $60. That's $58. But let's check our probabilities on this one. Will it be, it's not going to be better than the 80%, right? Is it going to be better than the 70%? Let's take a look. Set slices to break even. We're staring at a 68, almost 69% probability of profit on this one. So nearish the same probabilities as the original cherry bomb as far as profit-wise on that one. And I'll build this out in Tastyworks as well. And we're looking at a probability of profit according to Tastyworks as a 73% probability and a P50 of 88%. So some great probabilities in this trade regardless. The problem is though, let's go back and take a look at that knife. Is the knife still going to continue to fall? I don't know. Will it continue? Will it bounce back and recover in the next 36 days? I don't know. The good news is we'd be looking at a break even. Where is that break even? Roughly 97. Where does that look like on the chart? Actually, let's go ahead and put that on there. Let's exactly get that on the chart. Set slices to chart. This is where we're setting the knife to hopefully not go lower than this. So could it come back and hit this line here? What if we were to move that line? Oh, I can't move it, huh? Hello. This is previous resistance, could become new support, right? So whether that's true or not, are we seeing evidence of that? Okay, here's where it fell down and hit previous resistance, and that became new support. So it's possible. All right. Anyway, what trade do you like? Which trade would you go with? If you're going to put this trade on, I'd love to know. Leave me a comment which trade you like, which trade you're going to put on. And if you get it filled, I'd love to get your fill price. I'm trying to go back in the mornings and put my fill prices in for the trades that we're doing now so that it's 100% transparency, hopefully for the fills, for the opens and the closes. All right, which one am I going to pick? I'm not a big fan of the $5,000 of risk. So I'm going to stay with this particular $5 wide vertical here and see how that works out. I'm going to throw that one into my, here's that maximum risk, maximum loss, $442. Feels a lot better than the 5,000 nearly, right? I'm going to throw that into the IRA just to spice it up. My IRA could use a few more positions. I'm going to go ahead and hit send, and that puts it in my working orders. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching today. If you feel I've earned a like, there is a like button. I do appreciate it if you hit that. If you leave me a comment with your fill price or which one, even if you don't do this trade, which one you would do, I'd love to leave you a like on your comment as well. I said to stick around, and I'd tell you how to get the emails from Tasty Trade as well. In the description box, you'll find a link that'll take you over to Tasty Trade's website. Their particular page where you can sign up for as many or as few as the emails that they offer. And we recommend the Cherry Bomb one because that sends you 4 trade ideas a week. And we're putting them on, testing out our mechanics, testing out the Tasty Trade approach, or whatever approach or method or mechanic that you'd like to follow. That's what we're doing here inside of the flight simulator, I call it. It's really Thinkorswim's simulated trading. And had a great comment in the overnight last night of a user, one of my viewers, who set his account size to be more realistic to what he'd trade with. And I think that's such a fantastic idea. And I responded to him or her. Probably it's a man. It says man in the name. So anyway, thanks so much, guys, for all your views, all your likes. I do appreciate the fact that you take the time to watch my videos to the end. It does help me as a YouTube metric. And, it tells you how much of your video is watched, what percentage is actually watched. It's usually not much, just like the vast majority, like 90% of my views come from people that haven't subscribed. I hope someday you'll subscribe. And that button is there for you. And come back after you subscribe to the Tasty Trade email, and you can ring that bell and subscribe so you get notified when these videos come out. Until I see you in tomorrow's final Cherry Bomb, everyone, may the market be with you.